India's stock market has been relatively quiet this year, and yet August month has produced something extraordinary. Indian companies and investors have seen almost $10 billion or 85,000 crore rupees worth equity deals completed in the month of August, highest ever in a single month. So, what is driving this massive fundraising rush? Is it the retail investors? Is it the domestic institutional money? Or are the companies simply taking advantage of the window that may not stay open for very long? Hi, welcome back to Corporate Lens, and let's break the story down for you. First, look at the scale. Almost $10 billion of equity deals were raised in August. The biggest transaction was the government's $3.2 billion sale of shares in LIC. Then came Manipal Health Enterprises, nearly $1 billion IPO, along with a series of block trades and institutional placements. If we look specifically at IPOs, 20 companies have raised more than 21,000 crore in August, making it the busiest IPO month in nearly a year. And the rush continues. 10 IPOs are targeting more than 3,300 crore between August 24th and 31st. Recent IPOs have also seen strong investor demand. Take Tempson's Instruments. Its IPO was subscribed more than 180 times, meaning investors wanted over 180 times the number of shares the company was offering. So companies are coming to market and investors are absorbing the supply. So what is driving this demand? There are three forces at work. One, domestic money has become structurally bigger. The deal making has been supported by the growing size of local mutual funds and insurers, stronger retail participation, and steady SIP investments. This is not new. Earlier this year, when foreign investors were selling Indian stocks during Middle East conflict, domestic mutual funds recorded 40,450 crore rupees of net equity inflows in March, absorbing much of that selling. And SIP contributions have remained above 30,000 crore a month through 2026. So India now has a much deeper pool of domestic capital available for equities, including IPOs. Second, foreign investors are cautiously returning. Foreign portfolio investors bought a net 23,500 crore of Indian equities in August after 20,200 crore in July. They are still net sellers for the year, but the direction has changed, and that adds another source of demand to the market. Third, companies have stopped waiting for perfect conditions. For months, trade tensions, geopolitical uncertainty, and market volatility, they made companies hesitant to come to the market. And now that hesitation has eased. Bankers say companies are moving ahead with their offerings, with some even accepting lower valuations just to get their deals done. And this is where the three forces come together: more domestic money, returning foreign investors, and companies are willing to raise capital despite uncertainty. So, the IPO market is where these two sides meet: investors looking to deploy capital and companies looking to raise it. And here's where the story gets even more interesting. The IPO pipeline for the second half of 2026 is estimated at around 4.7 lakh crore rupees, with some very large names potentially entering the market. Two of the most closely watched are the National Stock Exchange and Geo platforms. So, if August has already produced a 21,000 crore IPO rush, the coming months could take the primary market to another level. But there is also a potential headwind. Data from Novama Wealth Management suggests that lockup expiries could release more than 80,000 crore worth of shares for sale by founders and early investors in the coming months. So that means fresh supply could hit the market just as this IPO rush peaks. So, what is really happening in India's IPO market? It is not just about a sudden increase in the number of companies going public, it is a combination of three factors. It's a much larger pool of domestic capital, cautious return of foreign investors, and companies finally willing to tap the market despite global uncertainty. Together, they have created India's biggest equity fundraising month on record. And with a large IPO pipeline still waiting, the bigger question is August going to be the peak month, or is it just a beginning of India's next IPO boom? If you find this video informative, do like, share, and subscribe to Corporate Lens for more such stories. Thanks for watching.